How you doing today, Chairman? They was playing with me, weren't they? Well, if I can have everyone's attention, we're going to go ahead and get started on the meeting. Before we get started on the one bill that we're going to be hearing today, which should be in your folder, I do want to create a subcommittee. And the subcommittee members will be Representative Billy Horn, Representative Kevin Cook, Representative Billy Maddox, we'll get word to him, Representative Yasmin Neal, and Representative Darlene Taylor. And Representative Billy Horn, where's he at? Oh, you're going to be chairing that subcommittee. And the first one we're going to be giving to you is House Bill 67, so at your convenience, just get that done. Yeah, he's supposed to be filling out a form on that. So just when that's done, just at your convenience, go ahead and do a meeting on that one. Today we're going to be, if you look in your folder, it's going to be LC 333904. This bill was just given a House Bill number a little while ago. It's House Bill 107. I'm going to be presenting this bill for the author. And with that being said, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Representative Talton, Chairman Talton. If you'll take over the meeting, sir, we're going to try the podium. It was acting up this morning. If it keeps on, we'll just move to number one.
Okay. Good afternoon. Okay, Mr. Chairman, the floor is yours to introduce Bill 333904. Is acting up? Okay.
I say, if you look in your folders, you'll find LC 333904. This is House Bill 107. This bill relates to the continuation of health care coverage for the spouses or dependents of deceased public employees. All the language is current law on page 1, but if you go to page 2, in the bill it will state that, however, that on and after the effective date of this act, any eligible dependents who are receiving continued coverage or who elect to continue coverage pursuant to this subsection shall be entitled to continue such coverage under the health insurance plan established pursuant to this part upon agreeing to pay contributions at the same rate as required for state employees and in compliance with the rules and regulations governing such coverage. Basically what we're doing is making sure that all employees are treated fairly, and that's the same. So if a spouse loses his or her husband in an accident, that they can continue the health care coverage. And that's all the bill does. And we've asked to go ahead and have the hearing today, and if there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to take those questions from the committee.
Okay, are there any questions of the chairman? What's your number? 16. Yes, ma'am.
Does this have anything to do with their COBRA continuation, or is there a period of time that this would last?
What this is right here, if they already had coverage and the individual is deceased, they can continue on that coverage with no stoppage whatsoever. They just got to continue to pay the regular rates that supplies under the health care plan.
Is that all?
I mean, if we're talking a child that's 2 years old, they could stay on as long as the plan allows them to stay on.
Should be upon their dependents.
Okay.
So yes.
As long as they're a dependent, they would be
Yes,
able to stay
ma'am.
on.
And they continue to pay those rates.
Right.
Representative Frazier.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
61, line 12. Killed while acting within the scope of his or her employment. Explain to me, about what type of demise? I mean, could it be after work and they have a car accident, or I just want to make sure that.
It depends. I believe the state patrol, they're on duty if they're in the vehicle, even on their way home. So if a state trooper is killed and they're in their vehicles on their way home, yes, that would count also. But if they're killed in the line of duty or upon their duties, and I've not had confirmation, or heard all the details, but I believe we lost a state worker today on the interstate. I believe a DOT employee, if I'm not mistaken. But even a DOT employee, if they're working out on the interstate and they're killed in their line of their work, then their dependents would be eligible to continue that health care coverage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a bill that has been needed for a long time.
I agree.
Being a military lieutenant myself, we have to make sure that we take care of the dependents when we have these people that put their lives up on the front line every day. So, Mr. Chairman, at every time I like to make a motion.
Okay, we have a few more questions, and due to the respect, since our Commissioner of Public Safety is here, Colonel, would you like to speak to this?
I would. I didn't know this bill was coming up, but I have a situation right now. I think it's very germane. You need me to come up there? Or?
That'd be fine. That's messed up, Colonel, so go ahead and come around.
Yeah.
You can hear me, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, everybody knows on December 27th we had a trooper that was shot and killed. He's been with us 2 years. And we thought we had a pretty good safety net in place to take care of his family, and certainly there was some life insurance and some other benefits that he received. But I found out just about 10 days ago that because he'd only been with us 2 years, his wife was terminated from health insurance. And I think that's a big hole in the net that needs to be. They've got a 10-year-old son that she's going to have to care for now for at least another 8 or 10 years, and she's in private business, and I don't think she has the ability to get health insurance at a good rate. And you know, somebody loses their life like that, and working in government public safety, I just believe there ought to be something more in place. The Attorney General is looking at it, but we've talked to the retirement system twice. They've tried to help us, but they say there's nothing there to assist. So she's just going to be without health insurance unless something's done.
I want to ask you a question, too, since I've been out of a few years. Are these funds for when our officers killed during the line of duty for state and federal to come in and give the people like 150? I think it used to be about 150,000 or whatever.
I forget the exact amount. There's 150 or so in the federal government. There's 75,000 from the state identification fund. Plus, there's life insurance that's offered to our department that they can partake of, and there's some of the state retirement system that if you're a merit system employed.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, this was just horrendous. If he had been injured to the point that he had gotten a disability retirement, he could have maintained health insurance and she could have retained it. Then if he subsequently died, since he was retired, she would have been able to retain it then. But you know, in this case, where he was just brutally gunned down, he
Yeah.
had no option.
Well,
And Cobra is probably $600-700 a month.
mm.
And she's a dental technician.
Colonel, thank you very much, very much.
Can I ask Colonel a question?
Yes. And then
This bill would not cover him.
I don't know what the bill is. Like I said, I had no idea this was coming up today, or that anything of this nature. I was going to certainly pick this up later with some other people that have the ability to change what's in place now. But it's horrific to me.
Okay. Are there any more questions for the Colonel? Representative Jackson.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Do we need to put something in this bill to make sure that she's covered?
There's been a lot of talks with the Speaker's office on this. Matter of fact, it is the Speaker's bill, and I'm carrying it for them. And the main thing is right now is we will continue to look at this. If some type of change needs to be made, we still got to go through the Rules Committee, and a change could be done if one's needed. I don't know all the circumstances to the trooper's wife that the colonel was talking about. So, as I said, we were trying to get this bill through as quickly as we can, and apologize to the folks out there that may not get a chance to sign up because they didn't know what we was going to be listening today, but the bill was just assigned the House bill number just a little while ago before we adjourned. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure our law enforcement and all of our employees are protected.
And if I may, the DOT employee was killed today. One of the hero officers was run over and killed out on the interstate.
Did they? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This thing, Riggs, and this thing is amending this thing where she can be retroactive. We can go back and retroactive.
I know the, like all of us here in this committee, it's a very grave concern of the Speaker. And there's some details I don't know about, but they're working on it, and what we need to do is move the bill as soon as we can.
That's good. Okay. Anything else, Colonel? Okay. Number 7. Okay. There was one. Okay. I'm sorry. 10.
That's me.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it on?
Yes, ma'am.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Would it be appropriate to add subsections that one defines the term public employee, I guess, to identify what or clarify who qualifies, and then also probably define scope a little better?
Due to the nature of the bill, the committee can make any amendments they see fit. I would urge the committee not to accept any amendments at this time due to the fact of the speed we're trying to get this accomplished.
So you're trying to pretty much get this through first and then address everything else later?
Well, we're hoping everything's addressed in the bill properly with the works that we've had with Chief Legal Counsel, trying to get everything handled the way that it needs to be done. So,
because I'm just looking at it, and I'm just hoping that.
Again, I'm not going to tell the committee they cannot make any amendments. I would say, as the one carrying the bill, that I request that the committee not vote in favor of any amendments, but that's for the committee to decide.
Okay. Number 16.
I had a similar question about definitions, but defining an employee of the state, it could be, it's pretty broad, but I'm good with it.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, I said I did not have a chance for anyone to sign up on this because I didn't know what it was, but to be totally open, if anyone wants to speak, if they want to raise their hand and say anything about the bill, I'll leave that to your discretion.
Okay. Number 12. Oh, all right. 10.
I just had another thing. I just knowing how insurance companies are, I just don't want anybody to get screwed over if we didn't define public employee, because then they still have the fight of saying, well, we're still not going to pay because you all didn't say this, this, and this. Does that make sense? I didn't want you to defeat the purpose of what you're trying to accomplish.
I understand. I'm sorry. I'm just reading real quickly because I believe where you're talking about is on page 1, correct?
Yes.
Because that is current law as of right now. The only new part that we're adding is on page 2, lines 27 through 32. So that's been legislative council. How long is that? Any idea how long that ordinance been in Georgia law? Without that definite. Yes, ma'am.
I have not verified it, but the department has not had any issues with application based on the current regulations. Now, as far as terminating these type of issues, that has not become a problem to me. That's that general.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. To be fair with it, I'm thinking to for us to go ahead and vote on it like it is, but are there anyone in the audience, since the chairman said this is one that just came up, would like to just give a brief remark to this or anything? The Police Association?
I don't mind saying that this should have been done a long time ago. I'm pretty upset it really wasn't covered a long time ago. I personally thank you very much. And speaking of this, obviously I come from a different part of the world. This was covered quite a while back.
Okay, so thank you very much. At this time, if there's no more question, we will entertain a motion from the committee for the passage of this bill. And Representative Frazier, you had expressed.
Mr. Chairman, I move that LC 33904 pass.
Okay, there's been motion and second that this bill pass as is, and at this time I'd like to call the question. Everyone in favor of it, vote yes. Raise the hand and oppose. Yes. Okay, it's been voted to pass unanimous. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, sir. Again, I apologize for the quick nature of this bill, but we felt it was very important to move it. In the future, we'll know what bills, and you'll have a sheet to let you know what we're hearing ahead of time. But with no further business for the committee, the meeting's adjourned, and thank you all for your attendance and everyone on the committee.